is my Flosstube channel about cross stitch and the project bags I make. If you're new, welcome. I hope you like what you see. I hope you'll think about subscribing, hitting like, all those things. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. I appreciate all your visits and all your wonderful comments. It's been a lot of fun, this journey we've been going on. Today is Monday, August 9th, and I have no idea what Flosstube number this is. I think it's 8. So I have some life updates to share with you, which kind of affect my cross-stitching progress over this last week. I have 2 FFOs. One's kind of an accidental one, some whips, some plans, a lot of haul this week. And so let's get into it. I have had a rough 2 weeks. It's been a real emotional roller coaster. If you've been with me, you know that my youngest, my 24-year-old, has an autoimmune disease called primary sclerosing cholangitis, or PSC. It's basically killing his liver, and he's been on the transplant list. And 2 weeks ago, the day after the last time I filmed, we got the call to come to the hospital for the transplant, or that a liver was coming up. And they tell you from the get-go, they say, you know, nothing is set in stone. Anything can happen to change it. You know, until he's being wheeled into that operating room, you don't know. So we went, we got the call about 5 or 6 in the evening on Tuesday. They said that they would call us when the person had passed. So it's very bittersweet and kind of ghoulish. You know, you want this liver for your child, but then, you know, someone else is losing a family member. So about 1:30 in the morning, got the call. They wanted him there by 5. We just got in the car. We were ready to go and went. So we were there about 3:20. They do blood work, they do x-rays, they do EKGs. You know, they got to make sure they did COVID testing. You know, they've got to make sure that he's all, you know, where he needs to be. And then we waited, and we waited, and we waited. And, you know, everybody's coming through. The nurses are coming through. The surgical team is coming through. The interns, the anesthesiologist, the surgeon finally comes in, and he says, the liver may not be. And my son was the primary. They always call 2 people in when they do this. So my son was the primary, meant he got first dibs on this liver. And the surgeon came in and said he wasn't sure, but he thought the liver was going to be too big. So, but there was a second liver that was also coming up. So if the first one was too big, then they would keep him until they knew about the second one. So first one went to the second person, and then about 1 o'clock or so, they came in and said the second liver wasn't usable. So we were going home. So, you know, we'd been up most of the night. It was very emotional. So that was Wednesday. So Thursday we pretty much didn't do anything. Friday I got back into, you know, it had suddenly become very real, so I was putting myself into overdrive, getting the September bags going, my project bags, the quarterly project bags, and, you know, making sure that they were caught up. So then last Wednesday, same time, got a call again. Liver's coming up. So they wanted him there by 8. We were there about 7:45 p.m. Same thing. Did all the testing, all the blood work, blah, blah, blah. You know, I'm up all night again. And, you know, this time because the first time I was so hyped up, I didn't really do anything other than play on my phone. So this time I was a little calmer, though not according to my husband and my son. I did a lot of cross stitch, watched a lot of the Olympics. Same thing, you know, morning comes, everybody's starting to come through, the anesthesiologist comes through, you know, and the surgeon, you know, oh, you know, it's looking good, we'll let you know, you're on the schedule for this time. At 11 o'clock they came in. Can't have it because the person's still using it. So, you know, I'm happy. I'm happy they saved that person. But, you know, once again, we're going home. So, you know, it's a day recovering again, and it's that emotional stress, just, you know, it's so frustrating because he's getting worse, and we can't seem to get him a new liver. So, having said all that, I did not work on the Christmas stocking at all this time, this 2 weeks. So you won't see that. Hopefully I can pull myself back together and get back going on that. But I had a finish of sorts. Why I say that is I've been working on the Little Women's Sal, and I'll put the picture here of where I was last time. You know, it's Stitching Book Club, and for some reason I had it in my head, and I think it's partly, you know, this mindset I've been in this last 2 weeks. What can I get done? What can I finish? What's going to be, you know, I don't want to be behind on anything. And part 3 had come out. I was behind. I was still on part 2 when part 3 came out. Part 3 came out, and I'm thinking that's the final part, because part 4, if there is one, is going to be finishing instructions, because sometimes she does that. So I finished part 3 yesterday, and I posted on Instagram yesterday, oh, I've got to finish, you know, it's all done, blah, blah, blah. And Garrett Coffee Stitcher comments, he's like, it looks really nice, but there's part 4. And I'm like, but isn't part 4 just finishing? He's like, I'm not sure. So I messaged her, and sure enough, no, part 3 was not the end. Part 4 is a border. She said she didn't do finishing instructions, that she made it a bigger, because the book was longer, she made another part of cross stitch. So I sent her the picture because I FFO'd it yesterday. So here is my, sorry about the glare, here is my FFO. And she said, oh, I like it though, it looks good. So here I'm finished with Little Women's Sal because I got ahead of myself. But I do like it, and the border, this is a 12 by 9 frame, so the border would make it even bigger. I'm thinking you probably need an 11 by 14 frame, but I don't know. I really, and she said she liked it too, so if the designer likes it, I'm not going to worry about it. So here's one of my FFOs, fully finished object, Stitching Book Club by Sapphire Mountain Crafts, Little Women's Sal. So I'm done. I'm probably going to be sad because I'll probably like the border when it comes out, because I like her patterns. Her patterns are wonderful. I don't know, like I said, my head, I'm just not. My other, excuse me while I grab it, my other FFO, I did not do this one. Barbara at Keepsakes finished it up for me. This is from back in May when I was doing with Candy, the 614 Stitcher, when I was doing the mental health care awareness sal. And this is my stitching time, and I found this piece. Behind the stitching is actually, I forgot, it was something for Easter, but I saw it, and you know me, I like blue, and I just loved it, and I said, ooh, I could put something in there. So, and by me, I mean Barbara. So I gave this, and Barbara did an amazing job. She did the floss twist there and got it in, and I love it. I can't wait to hang it up now. I'm so thrilled. So thank you, Barbara. It's beautiful. So that's my 2 FFOs, which, yay, I haven't had any for so long now, so having 2, that's pretty cool. Even if one wasn't supposed to be. Alright, so I didn't work on my Christmas stocking. I finished my Little Women sal. What else have I been working on? Well, while I was at the hospital, I put some more time into... put this paper behind that. I put some more time into Stone Street Stitchworks, Susan B. Sampler, and I have now finished the Quilt Star, and I have decided, yes, I'm going to put the house in. So this is part of the sal, Best Thoughts, Best Friends sal that I've been doing with Colleen Rebel Stitcher and Liz, the Wandering Stitcher. They're finished. I'll get there. I figure when my son goes into the hospital again, I'll do more. And basically, when he goes in, I'm his support person, so I will be with him. So if there's a week when there isn't a video from me, that'll be why. And I'll probably post that on my Instagram. The next thing that I was doing was on my WhipGo was called the Twin Peak Primitives, Tracking the Seasons. I've been doing summer. Here's where I showed you where I was starting from. And this is what I have done, added to it. And I had it in my scroll frame, but for some reason, and you can see I didn't take the bars off yet, I couldn't get the fabric tight, the linen tight. I'm not sure what was going on, so I decided to throw it in a Q-snap just to see if I could get it tighter, and it did work out. So I've finished filling in the cart. I started the one tire. So I've made a little bit of progress. So my WhipGo goal, I believe, was to finish the cart completely and to finish the leaves on the Weeping Willow for this month. So, love the colors. It's all DMC. Really bright, pretty colors, but I like it. Okay. So, I'm going to go to plans next because that's what's on top of my pile. I've got 2 things that I'm planning to start. You may know that Beth Twist has done an anatomical alphabet series. And she hasn't done the liver yet. She's going to, though. I won't say that I asked her specifically to do it, but she is. But she hasn't had the chance to get that done yet. But when my son has his liver replaced, they actually will be taking out his gallbladder and not, that's not going to be a transplant. That they're just taking that out, which is fine because he's had gallstones and that's been an issue. And of course that's part of the liver shutting down and all that. But, so, I got the pattern. G is for gallstone. Sorry. No, G is for gallbladder. And it's only 3 colors of floss. It's Grasshopper. It's Pepperoncini. Look at that. And then Williamsburg Red. So, and I'm just going to do it on, I've got a 32 count Silver Moon Lugana, and it really is pretty much that color. It's just a very, very pretty pale gray. So I'm going to do that on that. So that, when he's in surgery, when he goes to surgery, that is when I will start that one. I will do that because it's not a big pattern. It's about 40 by 55. So that'll be a good one. The surgery takes 4 to 6 hours, so that'll be a perfect one for me to do while he's in surgery. The next thing that I'm going to do is this coming Friday the 13th is World Cross Stitch Day, and the Fat Quarter Shop has a pattern and Stitch-o-graphy, and that's what it looks like. It's $5 for the pattern, and it comes as a PDF, and you can use the hashtag World Cross Stitching Day Sal. And I looked at it and I kind of liked it, and I talked to Candy, the 614 stitcher, and she said she was going to start it that day. So of course I'm in because I have to join everything. So I've got just a piece, 28 count white cashel, and then I did my own color conversion. I just decided they had, it's charted in Cosmo Floss, and I don't have any, and I didn't feel like buying it because I have a lot of stuff. And I was in Coloring Cotton's Floss of the Month for a little while back in 2019. So some of them that I'm going to use, I've got Caribbean. I've got Red Woolen Mittens. I've got Toucan. I've got Lime Sorbet. I'm using a classic Colorworks Pink Champagne. It's a little paler than that. There you go. And then Gentle Art Midnight, which is a really pretty navy blue. So that's my color palette for that, and I'll start that this Friday, the 13th. So, FFOs, whips, plans, haul. Oh my goodness, I went crazy. Some of it's fabric of the month, some of it's stuff that I saw. So, let's see, I'll start with this. Black Needle Society had added, when they have leftovers from the boxes they put them in the vault, and you can buy stuff. And I saw this pattern and I thought it was so cute. Moonrise Snail, and there's a big joke about snails within the Black Needle Society. This came in their Night in the Garden box, which I didn't get. That was a separate retreat, and I didn't get this one, but I thought that was so cute. And I'm thinking, rather than purple, I'm gonna do him on the sparkly black pearl fabric that came in the pirate box that Jody from Steel City Stitchers dyed. I think that's what I'm gonna do him on. And nice segue, because speaking of Jody from Steel City Stitchers, I got my fabric of the month, August fabrics from her. I mean, oh my gosh, look at these, look at that. Isn't that pretty? So there's that green, and she doesn't name hers, so we can name them whatever we want. I think Stephanie may have gotten that one, and she named it Mountain Dew, which I agree, it does look like Mountain Dew. And look at this pink. Look at the modeling on that. Isn't that gorgeous? So those are my 2 Fabric of the Month from Steel City Stitchers. Magical Jody fabric. Then I got my Fabric of the Month from the Stitch Me, and I'm sorry, I didn't take it out of the bag beforehand. And this month, I'm supposed to be in the every other month, and this is the July neutral, so I don't know if it was a mistake or if it just was my month for a neutral, but this one is called Scroll. So it's a very pretty neutral. And I found that there's been things that I've been doing recently where I need a neutral, so that I'm sure I will definitely put to good use. And I get 28 count Lugana. And then I made the mistake of getting on Friday Night Fight Night because I'm silly and I can't help myself. So I got 50 yards of silk. This one's called Shoreline. Isn't that pretty? The blues, oh, that definitely says beach. And then, you know me and sparkly. This one's called Marine. It's a 28 count opal. Look at the sparkle. It's so pretty, this blue. Oh, love it, love it. And then I got lucky this time. Brandy always does where if you've bought something during Friday Night Fight Night, or you bought something from her shop during the weeks leading up to the Friday Night Fight Night, she has all kinds of giveaways, and I won. So I won Heartstring Samplery Cross Stitch Nation, which I had been debating about doing, and Candy614 Stitcher is stitching it right now. I don't know if I will start it while she's still working on it, but I've had my eye on this one for a while and debated about buying it, so I want it. So now I can do it whenever I want. So I believe that's all my haul. I have gotten up to 1,000 followers on my Instagram, on my Linux Stitches Creates Instagram, and I think if I'm not there now, after Common Threaded Stitcher, I am almost there on my Linux Stitches Instagram. So thank you if you're following me on there. I appreciate it. It's a lot of fun to see that number. I am not quite to 1,000 yet on my Flosstube channel, but I have decided that next time I'm definitely doing a giveaway. I had hoped to have my giveaway already today, but this last 2 weeks has been crazy, and I just didn't have time. So 2 weeks, have a giveaway, a special surprise. So, and I think that's all. Thank you for joining me again. I appreciate you stopping by. So thank you for stopping by. I'll see you in 2 weeks. Have a lot of fun stitching.